What if your next foldable phone didn't feel like a foldable at all? That's what Samsung seems to be aiming for with the upcoming Galaxy Z Fold 7. We're now just weeks away from Samsung's big foldable event in July. And instead of keeping everything under wraps, Samsung is already giving us a sneak peek, not with specs, but with a bold claim. In their latest teaser, Samsung says the Z Fold 7 will be the thinnest, lightest, and most advanced foldable they've ever made. That's a big statement, but does it really mean anything? Let's talk about what we know and why this fold might actually feel different from anything Samsung has released before. So far, foldables have always had a few trade-offs. Big screens, but bulky bodies. Strong hinges, but added weight. The Galaxy Z Fold series has improved over the years, no doubt, but they still feel thicker than most people are used to. This new teaser suggests Samsung is finally changing that. Now, Samsung didn't reveal exact measurements in the video, but recent leaks have filled in some of the blanks. If the numbers are correct, the Galaxy Z Fold 7 might measure just 4.54 millimeters when unfolded and around 9 millimeters when folded. For reference, that's only a tiny bit thicker than the Find N5, currently the world's slimmest foldable. That alone is huge progress. Samsung's last model was slightly bulkier, and this shift shows they're really listening to feedback. In terms of overall size, the phone might come in at about 158.43 millimeters in height and 143.14 millimeters in width when opened. It's still large. After all, this is a foldable tablet phone hybrid, but the thinner frame could make it much more comfortable in the hand or pocket. Moving on to the display, expect to see the same 8.2-inch internal screen we saw in the Z Fold 6 Special Edition. This gives you plenty of space for streaming, reading, multitasking, and gaming. Under the hood, Samsung will likely power the Fold 7 with the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Elite chipset. That means faster app launches, smoother gameplay, and better performance overall. No surprise there, Samsung always packs the latest chips into its flagship foldables. Now, what about battery life? The Galaxy Z Fold 7 is rumored to carry a 4,000 mAh battery. That might not sound massive, but keep in mind the goal here is to cut down size and weight. And as long as the software is optimized well, that battery should still last you through a full day of regular use. Some users were also confused by Samsung's earlier teaser, which seemed to hint at a possible Ultra version of the Z Fold. But with this new video, it looks like Samsung is setting expectations straight. Right now, the focus is fully on the main Galaxy Z Fold 7 model, and honestly, this might be the first time the design is the real selling point. Lighter, thinner, easier to carry around. That's what Samsung wants you to notice, not just what the phone can do, but how it feels to use every single day. So, are we finally getting a foldable that doesn't feel like a brick? It sure looks that way, and if Samsung really pulled it off, the Galaxy Z Fold 7 could be a game changer, not because it's different, but because it's finally normal. Would you switch to a foldable if it felt just as light as your current phone? Tell us what you think in the comments. And if you want more honest updates like this, hit that like button and subscribe for more. We'll be back soon with all the official details when Samsung makes the Fold 7 public next month. Thanks for watching.
Is it possible for Samsung to beat Apple before the iPhone 17 Air even shows up? That's what people are wondering after a new leak revealed something big about Samsung's upcoming Galaxy S25 Edge, its camera system. If what's being said turns out to be accurate, this phone might set a new standard for slim devices without losing power or camera quality. And with the iPhone 17 Air also aiming for a super slim look, Samsung might just have the edge here. Literally. The Galaxy S25 Edge has been making waves online recently, with more and more leaks coming in about its design, specs, and especially its size. This could be Samsung's slimmest flagship phone so far, and what makes it more exciting is that it's not just thin for the sake of looks. It might actually come packed with some high-end features, especially when it comes to its cameras. A recent listing from a regulatory database has now given more weight to the earlier rumors. It seems that the Galaxy S25 Edge will carry the same 200-megapixel main camera that Samsung used on its top-tier Galaxy S25 Ultra. Yes, the same one. This matters because that camera has already beaten the iPhone 16 Pro Max and Pixel 9 in several comparisons. Putting that same powerful camera in a slim device means users could get a stylish phone without giving up serious photo quality. The phone is also expected to include a 12-megapixel ultra-wide camera, likely the same sensor that's already used in the standard Galaxy S25 and S25 Plus. Even though it's not the more advanced 50-megapixel sensor from the Ultra model, it should still deliver decent results for wide shots and group photos. On the front, the phone could come with Samsung's S5 3LU sensor. This one uses a 1.3.2-inch sensor, which is pretty standard for selfie cameras, but it still manages to deliver clear and sharp images. Even though the S25 Edge might only have 2 cameras on the back, the quality of those sensors could easily make it a favorite for users who care about camera performance without needing a big and bulky phone. Samsung seems to be targeting people who want a balance between design and performance. The launch date is also coming closer. Leaks suggest Samsung might reveal the phone officially on May 13th. It could go on sale in China and South Korea by May 23rd and reach the US market by May 30th. With the release getting nearer, excitement around this phone is only growing stronger. Beyond the cameras, the Galaxy S25 Edge is also rumored to include the Snapdragon 8 Gen 4 Elite chip, along with 12 GB of RAM. That combination should offer fast and smooth performance, whether you're gaming, watching videos, or multitasking. The screen is expected to be 6.7 inches, which is a sweet spot for most users, and the phone itself is said to be only 5.85 millimeters thick. That would make it one of the thinnest phones you can buy, while still packing a flagship punch. But Samsung isn't the only one going thin. Apple is also rumored to be working on the iPhone 17 Air, which is expected to launch sometime in 2025. A dummy version of the device has already been seen online. It looks sleek, just like you'd expect from Apple, but there's talk that it may come with just one rear camera. If that's true, it could be a weak point, especially when Samsung is offering a more advanced camera system in a phone that's just as slim. So, what matters more to you? How slim a phone is, or how powerful its camera can be? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel so you never miss an update about Samsung, Apple, or the latest in mobile tech.
Instead of the diagonal or square setup, this one has a camera bar running across the back of the phone with a single camera lens placed toward the left. If that sounds familiar, it's because it looks very similar to what Google has been doing with its Pixel phones. While it's not exactly the same, the overall style is close enough to get people talking. Some fans are asking, why does it look like a Pixel? This design change has split opinions. Some users think it's a bold step forward. Others feel like Apple is moving away from its signature design style that's helped the iPhone stand out for years. Even though it's just a dummy unit, many believe it's based on real design plans. The leak came from Majin Buu, who has shared accurate information in the past, and it lines up with earlier leaks by John Prosser too. Another big detail is the screen size. The iPhone 17 Air is expected to have a 6.6-inch display, but that hasn't been officially confirmed. What's more interesting is how Apple plans to manage battery life in such a thin phone. Reports say the company is working on using high-density energy cells, which means they could offer decent battery performance without needing more space. That could be a major plus since ultra-thin phones often come with weak battery life. This upcoming